morning, good day, good night. Welcome to Positive Rate in beautiful Papua New Guinea. Our last flight in this beautiful, amazing country. We are flying straight to Port Moresby, setting up our next flight for Australia. I thought we'd be doing this next week to Australia, but unfortunately, due to family obligations again, I will not be able to stream next week, so it will be the week after. Reason being, my Mrs. Canuck is jet-setting off to Tenerife with my daughter and her my Mrs. Canuck's sister and my niece. Big hello to Nighthawk on the tarmac. We've got two beautifully painted CRJs with the Positive Rate liveries today. And we're going to be putting them through their paces. Big hello to you. How you doing? I've got a new shirt today. What do you think? The kids seem to like it anyway. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well today. I'll be taking you through the route in just a second. See, Nighthawk is already taxiing out, so our route today, it's an interesting one. Big thank you to Nighthawk for putting this together for us. We're going to cap the altitude at 21,000 feet. And the reason for that is we want to get a good look at the scenery. So we are doing a 3-4 departure today for winds. Then joining to MXHEZ, whatever you want to call that. And doing kind of a slightly indirect route over the beautiful landscape of Papua New Guinea before coming in for a 14 left departure into Port Moresby. And yeah, it's pretty much as simple as that. So we'll try and get taking a little bit of scenery, and hopefully it'll be fun. Anyway, what are we doing here? Right, I'm going to jump into the cockpit. So I'm already got everything aligned. The route is in. Aircraft is powered. I just need to get going with the engines. So first and foremost, we're going to start that APU. Open up the doors. Check that we have indication. The door is open. You can see that on here, actually. It's really clear. Where's that APU door? There it is. You can just see it's like a little flap that opens up. A little bit. So let's start her up. And we can see indication that APU is spooling nicely. Hydraulics, oops. Little fiddly this. Alright, let's go put everything in auto then, I don't care. Okay, we have good APU start. We can take off the external power. Disconnect that, and we'll close the doors. Nice and tight. Pick the wheel chocks off, and we are ready for engine start. We'll put boost pumps on, and we'll start with engine 2. Oh, hold that in a bit longer. There we go. See that start in the spool? It's hidden way back in that cowling there. For 20 indicated on N2, which we have. Sorry, looking at the wrong one. There, 20 on N2. Yeah. So we flip that up, bring that up. That will drop down in idle detent, and that will get everything rocking and rolling. Oh, it's been a nice warm week in Scotland. We've had very little rain for the last 4 weeks, but just last night, we finally had a whole evening, a whole night of summer rain right through the night. Still very warm, still 16 degrees outside, so. And we got a good engine start. So we'll go for number 1. Cool thing about Microsoft Flight Simulator, which I never noticed, it's not prominent, but once we get in the air, if you go behind the engines, you get a light warble on the camera. It actually shakes the camera. It's really cool. The effects that they've put into 2024 are amazing. Hopefully we don't have any problems with the multiplayer. So the last couple times we've tried to fly in 2024, I've had this massive frame rate slowdown. Now, I was watching Oz Flight Simulator the other day, and he started to experience this. And between the group in the chat, we surmised that it's actually possibly the wake turbulence that's doing it. So I've turned that off. I have turned that off. I'm hoping that that's going to solve the problem. And it's just, I think, just too much going on for the CPU, and it's just finding it really difficult to do anything. Right, let's actually, Willy, shall we start the second engine? Okay. Oh, I want to press that. We do have the Boris sound pack in here, so it's got a very nice atmosphere inside. I find that the Boris sound pack's better in the cockpit as much as it is outside. It seems to be a lot more impactful. There we go. So we can take that APU off now. We'll wait for that to spool right down before we close the flap. But in the meantime, we can put on our yaw damper, which is here. That clears that, and our mock trim and stabilizer trim all down here. No yellows. Happy days. We should have had the seatbelts on there. Everything else is looking okay. I'm going to put on the center light. There is an actual landing light, but I'll just use the center light for taxiing. And Nighthawk, if you want to make yourself out to runway 34, I'll get you on takeoff there. Now, it's going to be a flaps 20 departure today. It is not a... it is actually a fairly long runway, to be fair. It's got a huge displaced runway. So we get that set up. And that is 3 notches on the flap setting. 1, 2, 3. Right about there. That gives us a V rotate speed of about 126 knots, which is quite good. 10,000 initial altitude. You're going to use 16. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just doing it for winds, mate. So we'll do a nice slow circle around to intercept our first leg. It's up to you. If you want to do 16, that's totally fine, mate. Always try to fly with winds. Okay, anything else we need to worry about here? I think we're alright. The lights are on, everything else is on. So we'll release those parking brakes. Just do a quick control check here. Everything's looking good. And she's already rolling on her own, look at that. Down for a bit so we can listen to the aircraft take off. And I will be holding at station at the end here because Nighthawk's going to have to backtrack. Nighthawk's setting up, so we'll just hold here. Getting all his lights put on. And we will hold short of that stop line. Yep, that looks like he's definitely going. He looked like he was having a decision. Should I go 3-4? Should I go 16? He's going 16. That's fine. Which is more on direct on course. That's why Nighthawks elected that runway. I'm not saying I do everything hyper accurately, but I do try to simulate some things in the real world. Okay, we can get that APU flap closed now. Now you can see here that there's an indication it's still open. So all we do is we click on that. And that will close that flap. So if we now look to the back here. There it is, it's closing, see? Perfect. You generally don't want to do that until the APU is cooled off. Just so you don't cause any kind of overheating or some sort of fire, which is not a great thing. We'll get out in the drone camera. And we should get a lovely view of Nighthawk's departure here. So yeah, we finally got a bit of rain in Scotland. It's supposed to be a somewhat rainy this week, which the farmers will be extremely happy about. So it has been very, very dry in Scotland. And I've got to go shopping today with Mrs. Canuck after this, so this is why we needed the short lock time, Nighthawk. If you're new to the channel, a big hello to you. Or if you're watching on Restream, please do hit the like, hit the subscribe, join the Positive Rate family, and you can join us in Discord as well. Ooh. Which is there. Come along, say hello to everybody. Nighthawk's lining up. And a big thank you and a shout out to Flight Design, who have done this wonderful livery. Just so you can really, it's absolutely stunning. And it also incorporates one of our first ever logos, which was the Scott Leaf, in honor of Bombardier, who is responsible for this amazing jet. And of course, because I live in Scotland, so. Okay, I think Nighthawk's rolling. See slight fluctuations with his altitude based on. Yeah, there we go. He's definitely rolling here. Seems very quiet, doesn't it, this jet? Oh, he's using all the runway as well. And we've got rotation. Uh-oh. Get up! Is he climbing? He's climbing, yay! Oh, it's looking a little bit dodgy there for a second, wasn't it? Okay, let's get back. We'll now get the brakes off. And we'll get all of our lights on here. Strobe. So airplane is now fully configured for takeoff. And we'll make a nice aggressive taxi down to the end of 3-4. You can hear those wheels rubbing on the ground as we're turning around. Now, technically, on a backtrack, you probably would only go around 20 knots, unless you had some sort of permission from air traffic control. And here you can see how big this runway displacement is. Absolutely massive, but it's going to give us the room that we need to get a nice safe departure. We won't actually use much of the runway. With the flaps 20, it's going to get the airplane up really quick. See the threshold on the end there that's kind of widening up for us, but there's a turning point right at the end, and that's what we're aiming for. So what we will do is we will depart 3-4, we'll make a left turn to loop around the runway, get a good look at Komo Airport as we depart, and connect in with our first waypoint. J-Hog, good morning. Good morning to you, sir. That delivers hello, I think. Hello! How are you doing today, sir? Hope everything is okay with you and the missus. I'll just turn the airplane around, J-Hug. I'll have to show you my new t-shirt. Very well is good. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, we're doing well. I was just saying Mrs. Canuck is actually jet-setting to Tenerife on Monday with my daughter to join Mrs. Canuck's sister and my niece. Having a wee girly trip out. You know, I'll just show you here's my new t-shirt for today. My wife thought it was very appropriate. Okay. Final checks below the line, everything's looking good there. We want to arm our thrust reversers. Beaker, that's it. And we'll go 50% power. And toga. Board pressure on the yoke just to keep the nose from lifting. I don't know if this is accurate to the flight model, but I do find the CRJ really wants to lift that nose before rotation speed, so it's better to keep it down. And there's our rotation marker, slowly back on the stick, and it just wants to float up here. And we've got positive rates. You're up. Everything tucked away, and we'll start our left turn. Continuing to climb, watching those flight directors. Flight director now, of course, at the moment isn't going to say much because it assumes that. And just take in some of that beautiful scenery. Look at that. So we'll just stay manual on the sticker for the moment until we can get ourselves in a good position to align to the flight plan. Looks a bit like Dan. There you go. Well, someone put a laughing my ass off in there for me. I wish Dan was here. I'm sure he'd have words. Oh, funny. And we should get a view of the airport. There we are. There's Komo. There's actually a little smaller airport there, which is, I think it's called Komo Mandi. I just find that so interesting that you've got two airports so close together. But I think that was the original airport for... okay, so we're going to drop our nose a bit. I want to start speeding up. We can decrease the fraps 8. A little bit of trim. Plane's starting to climb now. Bird's starting to accelerate. Right, let's select our current heading is good, so we'll arm the autopilot. And I'll take heading control and engage speed. And our altitude will go up to 21,000. Flaps up. I'll get rid of that. Or do you have 21,000 selected there? I think so. Get our speed indication back on again. That's why we're way over accelerating. So 290, I think, is what we're at. Here we go. Off into the yonder. A lot of cloud here, so we'll see if it stays overcast. I might clean it in the weather. But we'll stay live weather for now. We can also select our flight plan, so we'll put double click on that and switch to nav mode. And the airplane now has control of our flight plan. And off we go. Just like that. I just love 2024. The scenery just looks, it's got that vibrance to it, which I really like. Absolutely beautiful. This airplane is wasting no time. I'm a little bit light today because it only took 50 passengers, so we're not at full capacity. Sorry, yeah, this is. We need a statement for that remark about Dan. I think that was quite funny. Just sent me a DM. Okay, give me a second. All right, we did not have a barrel reading for Komo, so we just had it standard. But you just a quick click on the barrel will stop that flashing, which is just a prompt to go back to standard pressure. He'll be finding you later, no doubt. Yeah. Tons of news today as well, so we'll cover that in a minute. I'm going to do a coffee break before, and we'll get the airplane stabilized first. So we're going to pull that throttle back out there. Should give us a relatively good cruise, maybe a little bit more. See if it likes that. It's still accelerating quite a bit, so pull it back. Let's pull it back to the screw. And it seems to stabilize a bit. Alright, leave it there. I think that should be okay. As long as it's not accelerating, that's the main thing. It's a bit fiddly once to find the sweet spot sometimes, but it just takes a little bit of back and forth until you can find it. We get all these lights off at this point, and seatbelt signs off. Okay, let's do a coffee break. I'll check that DM, J-Hog. And I'm just gonna grab coffee, so I'll be right back. See you shortly. Okay, I'm back. Armed with more coffee. Look at that. Beautiful scenery out here. How's our speed doing? Okay, we're still a bit on the hot side here. Pull that throttle just a little bit more. Nighthawk looks to be cruising nicely as well. Right, DMs. So Jayhawk's got a t-shirt. Let's take a look. That's great. I paused my flight simulator to be here. There you go. Well, thank you. I'm very honored. I'm very honored. Oh, that is a brilliant shirt. Where'd you get that, Jayhawk? I love that. That's fantastic. Oh, that is class. Brilliant. Your daughter got it for you. Okay. Well, she definitely knows. She knows her dad. She knows her dad. You'll find out when you see her next week. Yeah. No, that's brilliant. I love it. Right. Just gonna throw this in that heading mode. Put this in heading mode for a second. Just want to check. So we are doing an ILS 14 departure. Wrong one. Nav source. So, where's your charts? So that is 110.1, one course of 142 that we want. Best be off, cabin crew ready to go. See you later. Jayhawk, all the best to you, man. Really good. Are you coming to Manchester this year, by the way? I just checked in with Dark Fury, and he's saying, I think he said it was July 11th or something like that. So I am seriously considering coming down. Yep, of course. Awesome. Awesome. Hope to see you there, mate. If all being well. So first I'm gonna just switch 110.1. So we have that on back up. We said course 142, didn't we? Course 142. So we'll set that, and that changes down here, which might be a little bit hard to see. I sometimes wish I actually had physical dials for this, because I'm getting so sick of doing things with a mouse now. Just a basic module that gives you like a course selector and heading selector, that kind of thing, altitude toggle. We're gonna just make life so much easier there. It's 142, and now we got to do the same on VR2. Strangely is down. I don't know why that's that's interesting. I've never seen that problem before. You won't let me change course though. Huh. Okay. It's almost like there's no. Okay, I don't know. Anyway, we'll put it back into FMS mode, get our nav back on. Probably drifted a bit because of our heading. Yeah, take care, Jayhawk. All the best. That's right, I just gotta turn this off for a sec. Still here. Yeah, Nighthawk, you're definitely right. It's a lot nicer at 21,000. You do see a lot more, don't you? So about our ETA is interesting. Sorry about that, guys. I shall get the news ready as well while we're doing this. Sorry guys, be right with you. Okay. Just check, make sure everything's doing okay here. Speeds are good. Yep. Speeds are nice and stable now. Okay, this is doing something really weird. I had this problem the other day, so I've got FMS2 seems to be following the flight plan. FMS1 is not, which is a little bit concerning. I don't know what's causing that problem. I had this problem the other day. I don't know if it's something I've missed. It's almost like there's a bug in the first FMS somehow. Oh, cancel mod. Right, okay. Oh, right, there we go. Okay, I don't know why I did that. Maybe I forgot to hit execute. That's possible. Okay, now all is well now. It's a pilot error. Just ignore that. Okay. Should we go for the news, guys? Get everything set up here. All right, let's go for it. The news for the 24th of May 2025 is, first of all, SimBrief is getting a massive upgrade. And when I say a massive, I mean, look at this. This is huge. This is, visualizations are definitely bigger, better for weather as well. It's going to also improve on the flight planning side, so obviously you get some options on your ETOPS. I'm not really sure what the impact of that overall is, but it looks like it can really help you with things like great circle routes, etc. And the SID star representation looks to be improved as well. Now, I usually kind of get this within Navigraph anyway. But it looks like what they've done is they've brought some of those features from Navigraph into SimBrief to help you make more educated decisions about the type of approaches that you want to fly. And it's free. It's, you know, it does it again. There's no charge for using SimBrief. There is a charge for Navigraph, which is a fantastic product which pairs very nicely with SimBrief. But you don't have to have it if you just want to benefit from real world flight plans. You can do that completely for free. Oh, they are saying this functionality here is for Navigraph subscribers, so that's fair enough. So you're not going to see everything, but if you do subscribe to Navigraph, as I do, as many simmers do, you're probably going to see these features appear very soon. Oh, it has been rolled out, so you can use these updates today. Strangely, I didn't see it, but I filed this flight plan earlier in the week, so I've probably not really seen the difference. TerraBuilder, I've never heard of these guys, but they have done Kennedy Space Center for Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's got, look at this, it's interesting. That's quite funky, isn't it? Mrs. Tippy, how are you? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. I think J-Hog's actually had to saddle off. I think he's playing taxi today. Look at that. That's really beautiful, isn't it? That's Saturn V taking off. So yeah, that's if you kind of have the space bug and you want a little bit of scenery injected into Flight Simulator, make things more interesting. Perfect for like a VFR flight if you're flying around in a Cessna and seeing that happen. I think that would be really super cool. And that's TerraBuilder. Now that is available. It will be available in the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 Marketplace. Ooh, that's cool. Look at that. You can get the moving platforms and all that kind of thing. And the space shuttle. Oh, look. Something I wish I could have seen back in the day, and of course there's no opportunity ever again to see it, but my god. But the visualizations, I mean, 2024 has really opened the door for some incredible visualization now for third-party developers, and it just looks spectacular. Absolutely smashing. There you go, so you can go check that out. That is TerraBuilder. FlightFX has wrapped up their Cessna 750. This is looking really, really good. Citation X. See if we can get some screenshots. The detail on this looks very, very nice. We'll see if we can get a cockpit. There you go. It's looking absolutely beautiful. They will be bringing this out for 2020 and 2024. And they'll be announcing the launch very soon, so I don't know where this is going to be available for launch necessarily. But the one good thing, which they're following the trend that Just Flight has set, and some others are doing this as well. If you buy it for 2020, it's compatible with 2024. It works in both sims. You only have to pay for it once. Looking at UPMDG. So, yeah, if you like your private jets, that's probably one to look for. Speaking of the devil, the 777 freighter is now available in 2024. You don't have to repurchase it if you already own it for 2020. So maybe I spoke too soon, right? Maybe I spoke too soon, which is great. It's more the 737 I have my beef about. But that's absolutely fantastic. They've had a few new refinements for it as well, and it's looking just as beautiful in 2024 as it ever has. And they will be focusing on their next release for 2024, which will be the 777-300ER, which is quite possibly the most popular variant of the 777 in the world, next to the freighter. Quick Flight Hunter. This is an Apache, I think. Yes, they are bringing out an Apache for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and wow, I mean, it's looking pretty cool. Helmet-mounted display there. The modeling looks absolutely lovely. Some good shots there, and yeah, you even get the dust effects from the rotor blades, which is quite cool. I think this should be quite immersive. Oh, we got a video here as well. Published under Inabuilds by the looks of it. A lot of detail on the multifunctional displays. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. So if you're a Whirligig fan, you'll probably appreciate that. Go check that out. Vertical Sim has released Southwest Florida International for both sims, and this is looking like an incredible amount of detail here, inside and out. Love the interior representation there. That is really nice. Certainly comes alive at night as well. That's ooh, little mention of Air Canada Rouge there. Hey, which wouldn't be surprising because they're, well, maybe not so much now, but typically Florida is a massive destination for Canadians up until recently. But that will be available on Contrail for the modest price of 16 euros. So that is looking pretty good. MXI design, more scenery. Sabiha Gökhan International for 2024. This is an airport in Istanbul. This is Istanbul's second largest international airport. And this looks really cool. I love the very unique looking air traffic control tower here. And you got buses and all sorts of things. It's a very unique looking airport as well. And it looks like they've captured the detail of that very well. So definitely one to look out. It's a little bit on the pricey side. $27. I presume that's US. So if you fancy Istanbul, it's worth looking into, but for that price, it's quite hefty for a bit of scenery, but it does look the part. I mean, certainly looking at this, it looks like they've packed a lot of detail in there, so go check that out. Moza. So there's a review on FS Elite for the base and side stick. This is getting talked about a lot. I was watching Oz Flight Simulator earlier this week. I don't know if he was flying this with a side stick or if he was using a yoke. I don't know if they do yoke. Anyway, he said the force feedback is a completely different level. He was landing, I think he was flying, I don't know if it was a Cessna, but it was a GA airplane anyway. But he was landing the plane, and he nothing that we could see what was going on. He was like, oh my god, this is amazing. Oh my god, this is amazing. And it looked like he was just landing, right? And, so everyone's like, what are you talking about? He goes, I can actually feel the ground effect through the yoke as I'm landing the plane. I'll tell you what it was. It was the Just Flight Piper Arrow that's just been ported for 2024. Apparently, the Piper update also communicates the effects that are on the airplane, and then apparently the MOSA picks this up and translates it. And he said it actually felt, because Oz is actually flown real planes, he says he could feel the ground effect through the yoke, which I've never even heard of that before. It's absolutely amazing. So yeah, it's MOSA's really making waves through the flight sim community right now. I'm pretty sure they did do a yoke, but I don't see one there. But anyway, it'll be interesting to see if they are. I believe they're going to be making an appearance at FS Expo this year in June, so it'll be interesting to see what they have. But very sturdy looking equipment as well when you're looking at it. Nighthawk says when the DCS Apache goes on sale, it's $40 US, which is a really good price. Okay. Just Flight 146 Professional. Celebrate X-Plane 12 fans. This is now in X-Plane 12, and it looks just as good as it ever. Look at this. Absolutely stunning. Amazing addition to X-Plane 12. I'm getting tempted, actually. I may actually pick up X-Plane 12 just to try it out. Specifically because you can get the Piper Arrow in X-Plane 12, I think. Just to try it out. It's always good to look at the other sim. It is by all comments I see a very well respected sim as well, and we'd like to try it out. But yeah, there's tons of features. The 146, I mean, any Microsoft Flight Simulator fans will know you have it. It's a fully featured aircraft. So to see this now available for X-Plane 12 is excellent, and I hope X-Plane 12 users will certainly pay a visit to our good friends at Just Flight and pick that up, because it's well worth it. Finally, some DCS news. There's a community mod updated to T3 for the A4. This is one of my favorite all-time classic planes, actually. I think it's a beautiful looking plane. It was generally, I think, a tactical bomber, and it served the U.S. Navy for quite a while. But just looking into some of the shots here, it looks absolutely beautiful. And it's a very nimble airplane as well. So anyway, that's the news, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll get back to our regularly scheduled stream. Okay, where are we? Everything looking all good down here. Okay, I'm gonna try. I'll wait until we do these next two turns. I'm gonna go back into heading mode and see what's happening with our. We can set course on VOR2. And sorry, Mississippi, you never got a hello today, did you? We're right in the middle of the news. Oh, I can see Mississippi flying around there. Look at that. Hello! There she goes. Actually seeing like vapor trails come off her plane there. That's really cool. Oh, you're in an F5 today, just to switch it up. I actually installed the, was it the Heapler F14, which I know is not the same as the one you got. I just wish there was a tool where I could model match to that, so at least it looked like an F14. It wouldn't necessarily be the livery that you had, but... Oh, for the record, Mississippi, the song I was thinking of was Tippy Canoe. It was something we used to sing in Scouts. That always comes to my mind when I see you guys pop up in the chat there. But a big welcome to Mrs. Tippy, who's flying with us today. No doubt on the way to harass Nighthawk now. Clouds are looking a bit fuzzy today, aren't they? No doubt FPS limiter's doing its thing. But at the moment, it says we're pushing 48 frames per second, which is outstanding. I realize that's probably going to sacrifice a little bit of detail, but I'm a happy man. I mean, for the age of my machine now, Microsoft Flight Simulator is absolutely brilliant. Nighthawk says Microsoft will release the P8. What's the 236? Oh, the Dakota. For free, developed by Coronado. Ah, okay. Coronado's not bad. Mr. Tippy, how are you, sir? I suppose that's due another hello, is it? Assuming the global timeout's not kicked in.
Hello!
Big hello to you. Hope you guys are doing well. What's the what kind of temperatures are you getting in Canada? I spoke to my cousin yesterday. He was saying things have gotten a bit colder. Doing well. I am doing okay. I'm doing all right. I'm keeping this flight nice and tight today because I have to take Mrs. Canuck to do some final shopping before she and my daughter disappear to Tenerife on Monday. Right now, source. Yeah, VR2. Don't have anything at the moment. No idea why that's like that. Oh well. Hopefully we'll be able to fly the ILS on the one then. Cold and wet. Coldest stretch of May in over 60 years. Oh wow. Yeah, we've only just started to get rain. We've actually been in a bit of a drought in Scotland. And it's only, we've had our first 24 hours of sustained rainfall for the first time in about 6 weeks. So I'm sure the farmers are delighted to see a little bit of rain coming down. Let's see if we got a top of descent marker anywhere. I think that might be it there. That's good. That's a good sign. Because on our approach, we want to be at. It's 2,500 for approach to. So I'm going to leave that discontinuity in because we will probably vector ourselves first before we line up for the ILS. A lot of rain, winter chills this week. All right, okay. How cold are we talking? Luckily, your vegetable plants have survived. Yeah, because it's, I think tomatoes are quite vulnerable to cold snaps, aren't they? It can kill them pretty much instantly. I think some plants are a bit more robust than others, but I know tomatoes are very sensitive to it. If I go to the MFD menu, look for blue window. What do you mean by MFD menu? Multifunctional display menu. Oh, okay. What are you saying? Look for blue window. What does that mean? Look for blue window. Oh, here. Okay. Turn VNAV green. Your descent data will appear on map. Oh, I see. Ah, oh, that's nice. Very cool. Yeah, I like that. And it actually gives you a top of descent. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, very cool. Very useful. Thank you. I like that. That's very handy. Now, tell me how to fix my VOR2 and would be perfect. Usually 20 degrees this time of year. Yeah, it would be, yeah. 10 at night and 0 to 2. Ooh, yeah, that's cold. That's definitely frost weather. Well, that is that's a nice little tip there. Thank you for that, Nico. Like that. Well, what other goodies do we have? Nothing. Very cool. Well, alright. Remember, I did actually ever look at the radio. Well, I guess you can switch this to inhibit up here as well. There's a switch down on the column to stop the FMS from retuning your nav, which becomes important if you're coming into an ILS. You don't want to make any strange decisions for you. Very cool. Nice. So I think what we'll probably do is we'll take it down to about 7,500 initially, and we'll bring the airplane down to 2,500 as we're lining up for our final into Port Moresby. Look at that, beautiful. Everywhere you go in the world, you see something new, don't you? Okay guys, I'm just going to run to the facilities. I'll be right back. Keep an eye on the airplane for me, would you? See you in a second. That's me back. Oh, I think I got a light on there. Is that light on? Oh, no, I don't. We are 99 miles to top of descent. 14 minutes. I like that. That is so handy, Nighthawk. Thank you. You know how to make you know how to make me happy. Oh, there goes Mrs. Tippy. This has changed airplanes again. Generic airliner. Oh, is that passive air? I don't even know what that means. A6. The discontinue. Not necessarily. I suppose so I don't lose track of my situational awareness. Yeah, it's probably not a bad idea. You changed planes, did you? Well, that is the beauty of Microsoft Flight Simulator. If you get sick of one plane, you can just hop in a different one. I'd only been doing a around the world tour, but I actually had an idea for a stream that just to take a break in all of this touring about, we could actually do a Lukla challenge stream and just pick your STOL aircraft of choice, and we can just take turns taking off and landing at Lukla. CRJ getting bounced around. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of turbulence here. Better get the seatbelts on. It'll be all those mountains, that's why. What do they call it? Is it terrain? Mountain turbulence? Or I think they just call it mountain turbulence, don't they? Because you get all these updrafts and downdrafts as the air moves over the mountains. And you can feel it. It's what last time we flew to Greece, to the Ionic Islands, Kefalonia, around there. You come over a mountain range over Europe as you're coming in, and I actually said to the kids to put their seatbelts on, and they're like, why? I'm like, well, we're about to pass over the mountains, so it's going to get a bit choppy. And they just looked at me like I was stupid. And then sure enough, as we started going over the mountains, the aircraft started getting pumped about. The Draco is great for Lukla. Oh, right. Post a link in the pub for the Draco. Let's have a look at that. Is that a payware aircraft, is it? I might actually give now that you can start downloading stuff on the marketplace, I don't know if that's actually available to everybody yet, but that is now coming. Asobo has listened, guys. They've listened. You now are able to download assets into the sim, or you will be shortly after Sim Update 3. Which is absolutely great. So on that basis, I'll probably familiarize myself with the DH6 Twin Otter, which comes with 2024, which is a very popular aircraft for use at Lukla. I also have, I'm trying to remember the studio, but I have a payware aircraft too, which is the PAC 750. Which is a single prop short takeoff and landing airplane, which is also very well used at Lukla. So yeah, we should be a good stream. Would you guys be up for that? It's included in the premium. Oh yeah, I don't have premium. No. But I do have the Twin Otter. So we're definitely getting bounced around a bit here, aren't we? 10 minutes from top of descent. Now there is a restriction here, if you'll notice. Oh no, it's not. It's just a straight descent, is it? Okay. Hopefully it doesn't fly us into a mountain. You think the Draco comes in the standard edition as well? Oh, okay. Well, if you could do me a favor, just get a screenshot of what the airplane looks like so I can put it up on the screen just so we can have a look. I'm just not familiar with that airplane. Yeah, beautiful. But yeah, we can certainly try. We could try all sorts of different planes actually. Because even if I crash, or I'll just reset to back to Lukla, right? So we'll spend the stream just getting proficient at landing at Lukla. I mean, happy for the first attempt. I'm happy to fly from is it Kathmandu? I can't remember where you come in from. But there's an international airport that you kind of go through the mountains. So we'll do that first, then we'll try and land. And if we land the first shot, great. But we'll just keep taking off and flying back again. We'll just spend the entire stream just taking off and landing at Lukla. I think it'd be fun. So we could, in fact, if you want, just as a break, we could do that on the next stream. So it won't be this Saturday, but upcoming Saturday, the Saturday after, because I've got. I'm taking care of my son while my wife and my daughter are away to Tenerife. So be the one after that. Post a screenshot in Discord? Okay. Oh, right. Ooh, that's a funny looking thing. Oh, wrong button. It's a strange looking airplane. Look at that. Almost looks like it was designed by artificial intelligence. That's a weird one, though. And do they are they okay for high altitude then? Oh, of course. And no Mississippi pictures of complete without flying inverted. So much fun. It looks like a good comparable model to the what's that bush plane that is quite popular now. Top of descent is almost within 40-mile range, 7 minutes away. There's definitely mountains pretty close to us. We're gonna have to watch this soon. Do we have terrain on? That's the question. Oh, no. Yeah, I think it's on by default. There's a train radar. What call scene though? Oh, there is weather radar though. I never realized there's weather radar on there. Do anything, or is it just something you can play with? No. Oh, yeah, it's on that side. Okay. Oh, we have one on the other side. Okay. Oh, there we go. Ah, cool. Seem to be hitting my frame rate too badly either, so that's fine. 750 horsepower. Wow. just a bit overpowered, isn't it? Okay. We shall see. I'm just with all this cloud right now, it wouldn't be very hard to fly into a mountain. We'll have to be on our toes. Nighthawk hasn't started his descent yet. I imagine he's not far away from it though. It was designed and built and crashed by Mike Patey? Or Paley, I can't quite read that. Alright. Did it kill him? It's amazing how many people have been killed by experimental airplanes, including John Denver. He died in some sort of Delta Wing thing, didn't he? Okay, it looks like the train's starting to flatten out a bit. So we'll just we'll keep an ear out, be ready to go to manual if there's any terrain callouts. And we're 19 nautical miles away, 18 now from top of the sun. So we'll set our initial altitude, which will be 7,500 feet. Would have thought Nighthawk would be descending by now. Guess not. Or shortly. He's the creator of the Velocity, which in the sim is the Vertigo. Oh, right, okay. Let me see. Your wife's favorite plane. I see. Oh, okay. Nighthawk started his descent. Just take that range down a bit as well. Don't want to hit that big old mountain, but I think after that it probably levels out a bit. Should be fairly safe. Nine miles top descent. Very helpful indication, because that really helps you just start your descent when you need to, rather than trying to guess where it is on the map. Okay. Look at that. Isn't that something? A very beautiful country. Fitting farewell to Papua New Guinea. No doubt, though, as we start crossing the Pacific, we're going to see some really cool stuff. lots of opportunity for interesting discussion. So I think as far as Australia is concerned, we're probably going to go down the eastern seaboard through the Gold Coast, down to Melbourne. That's it, sent. Let's go. We'll go for about 2. We'll just back off that throttle a bit. We can see the indicator airspeed slow down. Is asking for slightly more, so we'll increase that to 2.1. It does look very hilly up there. I see something peeking out. And there's our final into runway 14 there. So once we get to KAKRA, probably take a southerly heading and join up. Actually, you know what? I probably will just get rid of that discontinuity because it could be preventing the sim from determining what the ILS frequency is. I wouldn't have thought it would do. 1008 for barrel. So we'll drop that down. There you go, 1008 shown. Must be an 18,000 foot transition. I don't know if that's accurate, but are getting very close to these peaks here, so we'll keep an eye on that. Descent profile, aka the snowflake, or I think it's called the vertical speed deviation indicator. I think that's what corporate pilot dad taught me once, but that's around where it should be, so that's good. Bring out some, we'll dump some spoilers shortly once we get below. Actually, what is the ground altitude for? (103 feet), so it is almost sea level, so we're okay. But once we get about 10,000, we'll start slowing down. Look at that. Beautiful. The only thing I find with the CRJ, I don't think it calculates a deceleration platform for 10,000 feet, so you have to kind of do that manually. But that's why we have spoilers. Okay, looks like everything's starting to level out now, so we should be okay. Don't see any peaks in the distance. we are going to bring those engines to idle. And the airplane is starting to slow down. And actually, I think we'll probably bring it right down to 210 knots. So I'll just set the marker there so we can see how far we are from it. And once we get close to 7,500 feet, which is supposed to happen at KAKRA actually, so. So what we want to do is we want to probably do something like that. Airplane's continuing to decelerate. Let's help it out a bit. We'll put a little bit of air brakes in. Okay, and we'll take heading control now. And we're going into the soup. Lights can come on. Seatbelt should be on as well. You have max air brakes out, do you? Yeah. We're coming down nicely. We're pretty comfortably. Oh, we're living out at 7,500, so I'm going to now bring our set altitude down to 2,500, which is this little pink guy here. It's very, very hard to read at times. We'll do nice gradual descent, so let's go for say about 1,500. There you go. We're not seeing much of anything right now, so hopefully we don't fly into a mountain. That'd be a hoot. Okay, since we're on heading mode, we can now switch to our nav source here. We're still set for 142. I'm just going to double check. Oh, now we have 142 on Mach 2 as well. So maybe, yeah, maybe that was that discontinued that caused that then. And I can see that we are clear, so I'm going to increase our deviated path a bit here. Now that we're fairly comfortable, we're not going to whack into the side of the hill. We're losing a little bit of power. We can bring the throttles back up. And for our landing, 1401. A little bit slower. Bring our spoilers back in. That's probably why we're slowing down so much. Okay, I'll let the bring that music down. Let the cabin crew know that we're almost home. And we're going to turn on our FMS inhibit as well. Now, we should already be tuned to 110.1 on both sides. Yes, we are. Perfect. And command one first notch of flaps there. Holding at 200 knots, which is perfect. We'll bring it down to 180. That's approaching 2,500. That is our approach altitude for the ILS. I want to get a little bit further out. Give about 10 miles, and then we'll start intercept path into our final for runway 14 left. Which is about there, that'll do. Probably about there, and we'll arm the nav. So the heading mode is in command still. It's hard to see over for the shadows. The nav is armed, so but in this mode, this is actually acting as a VOR track. So even like what we do in the Duke turbine all the time, we're tracking VORs. And could turn in closer to that. I'm just going to fly it a little bit further so we can get a bit more of a direct track. Oop. Stick shaker, what does that mean? Not paying attention to our speed. Too many things to keep track of, eh? Luckily the airplane will do its very best to prevent us from killing ourselves. Now, what happened there is when we leveled out at 2,500, I wasn't checking to see if the throttles were in a good set position. So I'm going to just try and find the sweet spot so the airplane looks like it's roughly stable on the indicated airspeed. Probably about there. That'll do for now. Okay, I'm going to increase our approach angle a bit. And this should give the airplane exactly what it needs. So once the radial's picked up for course 142, just as a normal VOR, we'll see that heading light will just come off. The nav will kick in automatically, and that will put us on the localizer. At which point we'll need to arm the approach as well. Some little mountains there. I see Nighthawk down there. I'm just going to increase that approach angle a little bit more. Just want to give the airplane as much help as we can. Oh, don't know what happened there. Didn't want that. And you will see a looking flash up there. I think that's what does hit it. Okay, we're getting a little bit slow again. Look at that. Stunning country, isn't it? It's just all sorts of variants in the ground and hills and. Okay, we got a look flash indication. Airplane's now turning onto the airplane. It looks like it's going to overshoot. CRJ, I find, and I don't know if this is Aerosoft, it doesn't seem to capture as well as some other ones do, but we'll see if it gets it back. We'll go flaps 8 commanded at this point. But it does seem to be narrowing on the localizer, so I'm going to put it in approach mode at this point. So when you can see that the glide path is actually starting to come down there. And once we see GS indication, then we'll start slowing the airplane down, get the gear out. There's GS indication. I'm going to slow that throttle right down. Gear out. Turn the light to come on. Flaps 20. Thrust idle. Way quick. Just a little bit of spoilers there. This airplane slowed right down. Flaps 30. Spoilers back in. That should be just enough. 141 is our approach. That's what we're looking for. Let's more or less dial that in. Keep an eye on that. Okay. A little bit of throttle. Nice and stable. Everything's looking good. I have control. Now, what I'll tend to do is trim with speed. So we see we're a little bit low, so I'm going to speed up a bit. And now we're on target, so I'm going to drop the throttles a bit. I'm going to hold it about there. Off the center line, slight corrections. 500. A little bit quick. 500. I'm constantly moving the throttle up and down. You can't see what I'm doing, but it's 400. It's keeping that sweet spot. 300. A little bit low. A little bit more throttle. Looking good. Going for that threshold marker.
100. Sync rate.
Yeah, okay.
50, 40, 30, 20.
And just let it come down.
10.
Let it come down. There we go. Nice little touch there. Bringing that nose gear down. Full reverse. Where's our terminal? That side, is it? Okay. Don't know if we have a taxiway to get off at, but yeah, Max here. Oh, sorry, you said that a while ago. Is there a taxiway option here? Or is it just a backtrack? Looks like it might be a backtrack. Well, I don't think that was too bad, if I don't say so myself. Pretty textbook. Well, let's go find the terminal and get together with everybody and have a coffee together. How's that? Retract flaps to 8. Won't take them off fully, just for emergency measures. How was your landing, Nighthawk? Were you quite happy with it? And wow, we're on time. First stream, we've been on time for a long time. So there you go, Nighthawk. That's the block time. Anything around an hour and a half seems to be just perfect. Because by the time you do the preamble and talk a bit, and we talk at the end, it puts us spot on 2 hours. So, but a huge thank you. A beautiful flight plan. Made things quite interesting because there was a lot of turns in it. Interesting scenery. I think if you just planned it through SimBrief normally, it would have taken you out over the water, which would have been, you know, not nearly as exciting. So, oh, the ILS failed. Yeah, it's a funny, finicky thing. I've seemed to have more success than failure with it lately, but I always make sure that the course is set on both BORs, and then obviously make sure you have that FMS inhibit on and that you're tuned in, because if you're still, the navigation will sometimes switch it on you. It shouldn't, but there's a really good content creator who's an actual CRJ pilot. I can't remember what his name is. I think he's Canadian, actually. But he always says, you know, go into heading mode before you intercept your paths. Don't wait for the nav to tell you anything about the ILS approach. Get into heading mode and then get everything set up. It needs stable flight. It really does. Yeah. That much is absolutely true. Certainly in the sim. I don't know how respective of real life that is. Your sim CFI, that perfect. Well done. Hey, but guys, go check him out if you have any interest in the CRJ. He's absolutely spot on. He is to the CRJ what EasyJet sim pilot is to the Airbus 320. Oh, everybody's out talking. Oh. Alright, so we got. I didn't put my brakes are on. What we'll do is we'll get them to put chocks on. It's pretty safe with this airplane anyway. Give us online power. It won't bother with the APU. And we'll take that one down. Perfect. Open the doors. So we'll see everybody. Oh, can somebody get a screenshot of me? I don't know what I look like. There you go. Huge thank you to Mississippi and Nighthawk today for flying with us. I hope you enjoyed the flight. Again, we won't be streaming next Saturday, but we will be back, and I think it sounds like a good time to do our Lukla challenge. So we will be returning our first stream, which will be that will be what's the date for that? So 31st not broadcasting, going to be the 7th of June. Please do join us for a Lukla challenge. Initially we'll be doing a standard departure from Nepal International. I can't remember what airport it is. Taking us through in the mountains to fly into Lukla, and then once we get there, whether our landing's good or bad, we're just going to practice flying in and out of Lukla, and hopefully that'll give an opportunity for everyone to hone their skills. Probably the most dangerous airport in the world to learn that. Until then, I hope you guys had a fantastic time today. It was really, really great to see everyone, and I wish you all the best for the weekend. Hopefully it warms up in Canada as well. Until then, from all of us at Positive Rate, a big thank you to you, and from me to you, have a fantastic weekend and a great weekend. We'll see you in a couple weeks' time for Lukla Challenge. Take care, guys. Love you lots. Big kiss.